Alright guys, so we're moving on to putting the tabletop on here, and one of the problems about buying metal by weight, basically, is they're not really prepared to cut it. So these guys torch cut it for me, and as you can see, even after we worked on it a bit, this cut is horrendous. So it's actually going to end up being skinnier than I want it to be, but this is the very least we can take off and still have a usable surface on top of this frame. So what we've done is marked out a straight line from end to end, and we are laboriously taking an angle grinder with cutting wheels, and we are going to cut this line out. Alright, so we're going to put this on time lapse and get to it. Needless to say, it took a significant amount of time to cut all this off just to get a clean edge. So to save you guys the hassle, I've cut out a whole lot of that video, even on fast forward. Alright, so here we are. It is not perfect, but it is some semblance of a straight edge and nothing that's going to kill you. So, yay! Alright guys, step number whatever, 95. We're going to cut roughly a foot off of this plate. Yada yada yada, cutty cutty cutty. Anybody bored of watching us cut metal yet? No? Alright. I'll give you a few more seconds of it. So, quick funny story. I thought I was going to He-Man this thing, just rip it off. Turns out, even with Jared up on the table, we couldn't lift it back up again after we pushed it down. So we had to move it and everything and kind of jump up and down on it. And even then, we still couldn't get it, so we had to finish cutting it off anyway. Alright guys, just for a little giggle, I don't know if you can see this dark line on the floor. It kind of proceeds out the doorway there. But why bother sweeping when it's all magnetic material? Watch this. No, that's not a vacuum cleaner. That is literally a rolling magnet. Check it. I can see the fur. That is all metallic powder from all the cutting we've done recently. Is that not crazy? It's soft. It feels like a cat. You just picked up a cat. Yeah, I mean, look at the color difference where we ran the magnet and didn't. It's crazy. Okay, anyway, back to work. Hey guys, so something I was trying to spare you from was watching us spend a whole lot of time grinding mill scale and rust down off of this stuff to get it welded together. Well, Jared and I spent 4 or so hours last night trying to prep the underside of this table to get it ready to weld up. To no avail. This has so much built up rust and mill scale on it, nothing we have can touch it. So, I went to town today, got some muriatic acid. Gonna do that. Alright guys, so what we're doing right now, my son and I just ripped up some old towel, so that we're gonna lay down on this tabletop. We can't put this in a full bath of muriatic acid. Obviously, I don't have anything that could even hold something this size. So what we're going to do is put these down, soak the towels in muriatic acid, and hopefully that will take care of it. What the hell else did I say? Anyway, we're going to go to time-lapse and get this going. So what I had done right here was I just took the lid off and poked a small hole in the seal on top so that I could, more easily distribute a small amount of acid at a time. And then here in a second you'll see me come back through with a piece of wood. And I was pushing the towel down so it made better contact with the metal. You'll also notice I'm not wearing gloves. This is because I had not yet learned how dangerous muriatic acid was on its own. We're in a very well ventilated place right now, and we're not using very much, so the reaction was small. It was still kind of stinky, but it wasn't that bad. But it wasn't too long after this episode when I learned a very harsh lesson about muriatic acid in concentrated doses, and I'll be releasing another video on that soon, but let's just say it's not safe in any regard, and you need to treat it with a lot of respect, and you need a respirator. But yeah, just be extra careful when you're dealing with anything stronger than vinegar, basically, to remove mill scale and rust. Alright, so this metal was pretty pitted and rusted already. Like I said, who knows how long this stuff sat in the scrapyard before I picked it up. So some of this is just a pitting that's, in there already. But that acid did a hell of a job cleaning it up compared to what it was. In 10 minutes, it did what we couldn't do in 4 hours. So the tiny bit of cleanup left to weld this on there, I am totally okay with. Ran out of wire. Urgh. We'll be back after this regularly scheduled Amazon order of more shop supplies. Wow, this screen is really, really black.
Lame.